How's the Josh? How's the Josh? Everyone's awake, that's great. So, thank you so much for having me here. It's been a pleasure coming all the way here. And at the end of the day, I think this is one of my favorite times to address students, because as students you want to learn, you should be hungry for knowledge, and every little thing what anyone says should be well heard and registered. Treat this as a really good experience for yourself, okay? Because remember, you learn what you learn in college and school, but then there is a lot of things which you learn on your own and in life, okay? So, and at the moment or for always, knowledge has been a very important part of anyone's life, especially young students like you who are coming into an industry which is so progressive that it changes every minute, okay? So you have to be in tune with what is going around. You know, at the same time, create a little identity for yourself and manifest. How do you see yourself after college, after the next 5 years, after the 10 years? So all this manifestation, along with learnings, knowledge, observing, demos, reading, writing, watching, and trust me, the world is going to be another place, because you realize you guys are the future of the culinary world in our country, especially when you're coming from Kolkata, which has one of the most legendary food cultures in India. You know, your theater, your music, your the architecture, what you see in all around, it's beautiful. You should be very proud. You know, I feel when I come to Calcutta and I go to the bazaar, this is the only trip in my life that I haven't been to the bazaar in Kolkata. But every time I have visited most of the big bazaars and the smaller ones as well. And literally when I go there, I go with a little notebook and pen, because there are so many amazing kinds of fish which you see, which you don't find in any textbook. You know, the food is so hyper local. You guys are the kings of sustainability and seasonality. So there's a lot to learn from people who come from Kolkata, going to the bazaar twice a day, you know, to buy fish, to buy vegetables. It's really incredible. And not that many people have the luxury or the intent to go to the bazaar twice a day. So your biggest school after your school is the daily bazaar. You will see that every week produce changes. The temperature is changing, the colors are changing. At the same time, you should brush up your ideas as well, just like that. You know, there are, and especially as a chef, as a creative person, you are an artist. But for that artist, you need to get a very strong foundation on what you're going to build the building. Okay? Anyway, let's leave philosophy and let's start cooking! Okay. So today's, abhi mishti ho gaya, abhi thoda sa namkeen khayega. Okay? So we have, anybody knows what this is? It's not a mushroom. It is a portobello mushroom. Okay? Which means the larger mushrooms. Origin Italy actually. Okay? Now the larger ones, these come from a farm. We actually carried these from Delhi, but there are people who are growing these mushrooms on the outskirts of Kolkata. So it's called a portobello mushrooms. The smaller one is called a cremini mushroom. So this is basically a giant button mushroom. Okay, there are various ways where you can prepare it. What I like to do is I peel these out. Now remember, these are from a farm. They are not dirty. Okay, this is the color of the mushrooms. Or there's no dhool or matti on it. Okay, so you can see we are just peeling these out. Now, what do you think these peels are good for now? क्या करेंगे इसको? What do you do with your peels? What do you do with your trimmings? क्या बनता है उससे? Okay, stalks भी बनते हैं, fillings भी बनते हैं. Okay, now for me, I can have many uses to this. Okay, I can pickle this and make it like pickled mushroom skins, very light pickle, with even lemon juice and a little bit of salt and sugar. I can dehydrate this and make it into a powder. Okay, I could and season it with something, try it and eat it like a chip. So what we are doing today is I'm going to be making a stuffed portobello mushroom with millets and pecans. And I'm going to be serving it with a pecan korma. Everybody knows korma. Yeah, korma. What is the base of the korma? What do they use? Huh? Nuts. What nuts? Cashew nuts. And char magaj, melon seeds. Okay. Today we are going to be using pecan to make a pecan korma. So talking about this, I just take these out. I take the stems out. What are these going to be used for? The same. We are going to chop it up and use it in our korma. And we are going to blend the korma anyway. This is going to give a very nice flavor because it is a part of the mushroom as well. So this is actually a zero waste cooking. Our filling is made with millets. Okay. We'll start about that soon. Now first what we'll do is I'm just going to be taking these out. Ishan is going to chop them up and he's going to keep these skins. Thank you, Ishan. And we are going to be using it for our korma. Now for our marination of our mushroom, there's not too much to be done. A little bit of salt and pepper, okay, just to season it. And normally what we do, you can even par cook this very quickly in the oven or quickly in a pan. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making a filling, fill it into this, and I'm going to bake this at 175 to 180 degrees for about 12 minutes. That's all it takes. Okay. Remember, you have to take these out slightly before they are totally cooked because the residual heat is still cooking these mushrooms. Okay. So we have a little bit of salt and pepper on both the mushrooms, which we are going to do first. And then we're going to be adding a little bit of garlic paste to it, which is also very optional. Okay. So a little bit of garlic paste and ginger paste to go here. We're just going to lightly rub the mushroom with that. You don't want to go too heavy on this. It's just to give it a nice flavoring, not too much. Great. So, chef, these are going to be on standby. You want me to cook here or here? Here? Okay. So for the filling, we have our millets. Anybody knows millets? Yeah. What are the most popular millets? Ragi and jawar and bajra. Okay. These are foxtail millets. Very high on fiber. Okay. When was the year of the millets? Kabhi tha? 2023 was year of the millets. Okay, where the World Health Organization picked up this amazing low profile ingredient but superpower. Okay, high in fiber, it's a superfood. It's been around for 2000 years in our country and only a handful of us eat it. But now, thanks to the awareness what people are doing, this grain is becoming very popular. You want to do a pulao with it, you want to do a biryani with it, you want to do, instead of a poha, you want to do a millet. At the end of the day, you are eating healthier, but at the same time, you are actually being responsible for helping farmers and creating a whole sustainability and a whole new eating culture by the simple act of eating millets. Did you realize that? Well, now you will know, but we would like to see you guys using more millets, eating more millets, feeding more millets, and even doing it more creatively. Okay? So back to cooking now. So we have our filling right now, which we are going to be. So the process is the marination of the mushroom, the filling, and then the korma. Okay? And the fourth is plating up. So, great. So we've got oil heating up here. You could be using olive oil, you could be using regular oil, you can be using some butter, you can even do a combination of ghee and butter as well. Okay? So for the filling, I've got a little bit of ghee which I'm using here, along with a mixture of oil, some cumin seeds. Okay, very simple filling. You can add as many spices you like, but actually you don't really need to. Okay, sometimes less is more. So we have our cumin seeds, jeera. They are crackling a little bit, into which we're going to be adding a little bit of ginger, about a teaspoon of garlic, and a little bit of our green chili as well. Okay, so this is a little tadka or a tempering which we are doing. We are not going to be putting too much in here. Now we've got our chopped pecans. What did they say about roasting pecans? How do you roast pecans? Low temperature or high temperature? Good. Why? Why is that? Because of? Okay, also remember the fat content is very high. Yeah, plus it's got a little sugar as well. So they turn to burn too fast. It's a lot to do with the oil content, yeah. So we've got our tempering here, into which we are going to be adding our millets first, followed by some paneer. Okay, and into which I'm going to be adding just a little bit of haldi, a little bit of turmeric, and I'm adding a little bit of garam masala. That's it. And later on we're going to be finishing it with a little bit of coriander. So, bringing this lovely mix together, a little bit of salt and pepper, of course. Now remember, don't freak out on the salt and pepper every time. Because remember, if you add too much to it, it's very hard to alter it. Okay? So, also tasting is very important. Okay? With a clean spoon on the side, you got to make sure that you are tasting before you actually finish your dish. Okay? I'm going to be adding a little touch of lemon juice to this. And then we're going to be adding our chopped pecan nuts in here. So that's how easy it is. This filling can be used for many things. A sandwich, a wrap, just eaten cold. Yeah, it could be made like how you do a breakfast preparation as well. Imagine eating this instead of a poha. It's way, way more healthy. Okay? So even if you're making a poha, adding pecans into it definitely fortifies it and increases the nutrition and the energy which you will get from it. Right, ma'am? Okay, lovely. So that simple it is. It's looking like a really nice ghar ki bhaji, literally. But you don't realize that the nutrition and the taste and the flavor is incredible. Okay, you don't need fancy ass lobster, caviar, and all to make really good food. Simple ingredients, good quality, respect and integrity, and focus on good cooking. That's all you need for good food. Yeah. If you're in a bad mood, please don't cook. Okay. Correct, chef? So here we go, guys. Hamari filling ready ho gayi. Acha, you want to give me a spoon? No? Yeah. So we have our caps here. We're just going to take these in. Load the mushroom just like this. Now, if I'm doing this, I could even put this, add a little more filling, put these together. Pan fried, put a little bit of cheese if you want, pan fried together, finish it in the oven, cut it into 1/4 to make a lovely, nice stuffed appetizer. It could be a nice main course which we can serve with the gravy as well. Ends of possibilities. That's the reason why whenever you are, as Chef Bali says, that put your analytical head on. Always, your mind should always be thinking. Right, Chef? Chef will tell you more about it when he comes. Okay? But it's definitely that every time you are in college, you are a different person. The moment you wear your uniform and your cap, you are a completely different person. You know, so, and believe me, this is a very, people think it's a joke, you know, but you're in a very, very serious industry. Because remember, you are in the making the people happy and satisfied business. The kind of sacrifice which we give so that others people have a good time, और सब अच्छी तरह खा के पी के चले गए, it's because of us. So it's not a bed of roses, and don't expect it to be. You have to take it a little more serious because a lot of people's feelings depend on you. Okay? So we have our filling which is ready here. So we have our portobello mushrooms filling ready. If there's enough fat, we don't need to add any more oil or anything to this. This is going to be cooked at about 170 degrees for about 13 to 14 minutes. Or you can go up to 180. You can go up to 180. Are you baking? So about 180 degrees for about 8 minutes and bring it back. Because by the time you bring it up, it's still cooking. Okay? So next we're going to do our pecan korma. Any questions so far? No? Wow. Yes, sir. Tell me. Sorry, thank you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, what happened when we don't peel of the mushroom?
Nothing will happen. You can eat that. Of course you can eat it. It's just that, listen buddy, you've seen the button mushroom. It's small. So there is the skin, but you can't really peel it. Okay? Same thing with pork. It's a large mushroom. So it gets that skin. Skin can be removed, but if you eat it with the skin, there's nothing wrong with it at all. Okay. Now, if it was foraged from nature, which means usme dhool vagara hogi, it might be, then you will take a light brush and you will brush it. You never wash mushrooms. Okay? I mean, I know pehle maide vaide mein dal ke dhote the. It's just to take the wet, damp mud out. Okay? That's the only reason. Or sometimes we used to add flour. You know, flour, lemon and water. Like how you make the artichoke. Like a yeah. So that's how it's just another technique. So abhi, what are we doing now? We are making the korma. Okay. Now for the korma, we're going to be adding a teaspoon and something of ghee again. I can't hear you. 15 minutes, no problem. Buffet pickup ho jayega. No problem. That's going to go for a while, chef. 15 minutes mein kya buffet pickup ho jayega. So korma, very simple. We're going to be using onions, ginger, garlic, chilies, and a few spices. More of aroma. Okay? Perfect. So again, we have a little bit of jeera here. going in as a tempering. I also have some khade masales, bay leaf, cinnamon, elaichi, peppercorns and clove. So to give a very nice aroma to the dish. Perfecto. Once the aroma is done, okay, perfect. So we have the, next we're going to start with our, some onions, okay? So I've got like one medium-sized onion sliced. You want to chop it, you can chop it. You want to make a puree, you can make a puree. Okay, because I'm going to be blending everything. So I'm not really worried about the slicing or the chopping part, okay? Where's the... Thank you. Very good. So we have our onions. We want them translucent. We don't want them very brown, okay? So we are just slowly smothering our onions, okay, till they get a little soft, they get a little bit of translucency in them. थोड़े से पक जाएंगे ये. Then ginger and garlic and some green chilies. Then we have a little bit of a mixture of elaichi, saunf ka powder and some mace, javitri, okay, the aromatic spices which are going in now. So you can see now once it starts heating up, the spices hit the pan, you'll see there's a lovely kind of aroma which is happening here. In this now I'm going to be adding all my trimmings, the skin, the mushroom, vagera, all inside here as well, okay? So we're going to saute these off. They're going to leave a little more moisture. And at this time, I'm going to be also adding my pecan nuts as well, okay? My chopped pecan nuts. A little bit of salt at this stage, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of white pepper. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of haldi as well to this and just a small pinch of garam masala and some lemon juice. So we're going to let this, do you have some little bit of water, buddy? So we're going to cook this a little bit, okay? Now as soon as they start kind of sticking, you see the spices, they tend to stick. So your attention should only be here while you're cooking this. This is a very important stage, okay? If you overcook the spices and burn them, they get bitter. If you undercook them, again it hits your throat. Basically, it's not a very pleasant feeling when your spices are not cooked properly, okay? So we're going to give this a very nice thing. You can see from where we started to now, the aroma is very, very different, okay? There's toasting happening, there's roasting happening. The salt is bringing out the flavors, being hygroscopic in nature. So इसको हम अच्छी तरह सेक रहे हैं अभी. Nice. At this stage, I'm going to be adding a little bit of stock. Fantastic. I'm going to be adding some coconut milk to this. What do we? And then we're going to add a little bit of fresh cream as well. Okay? So we're going to give this a little mix. So at this stage, I'm going to be tasting my to-be korma to check for seasoning. Yes, it needs a little bit of salt. It definitely needs some more white pepper, and I think it's going to need all these chilies. Okay? If you want spicy food, you make spicy food. Yeah, don't add a little bit of hot sauce or chili sauce, from Tangra in your dish. You use it when you're supposed to use it. Okay? So we're going to bring this to a simmer, and Ishan, we're going to blend this right now. Yeah, perfecto. You want to start clearing this? Yes, start, don't worry about it. So we've got our sauce which is coming to a simmer right now. What do you think we need to do to this now? Sorry? Guys, are you sleeping at the back over there or what? Yo! Hello? What are we going to do to the sauce now? Oh, Dada! Sleeping or awake? Tea, coffee, biscuit, omelette, singada, chai. What do you want? We are here for you guys. You know what? We are only here for you. Okay, so we switch this off now, and we are going to be So we're going to blend this completely. We're going to get rid of the spices. Of course, जो तेज पत्ता जो है सब, वो भी निकलने वाले हैं उसको. And you're going to give it a nice blend, boss? Let me just clean this up. There you go. Thank you, man. You have a duster? I'll do that. No, you can blend. Don't worry about it. It's my mess. I clean it up. Don't worry about it. Brilliant. We're going to make it nicely smooth. Why do you want a smooth korma? Anyone? Anyone? Why do you want a smooth korma? Because of? Because of what? Yes. But why do you want it very smooth? For a very creamy texture. Simple. अरे buffet pick up हो जाएगा, don't worry. Dessert भी pick up हो जाएगा. Can you check with Dada downstairs? Can you talk to the oven? That should be ready. इसके बाद who's there now? Show me. हाँ थोड़ा और. How is this otherwise with hummus? It blends well.
The hummus के लिए we use the bits.
Not this. No. What do you use?
Ganache is
हॉट किचन में काम है इसका?
पेस्ट्री किचन में बहुत है.
नहीं हॉट किचन में भी बन सकता है. Light purees. Okay, guys, it's time to plate this up now. Once we receive it, any questions? I'm happy to answer it. They don't know everything. They know more than everything. Okay, along with it. So for my presentation, I'm using this platter today. So first we will, will they fit in this? I doubt it. The mushroom won't, it won't fit in this. I'll just get another plate. So until the mushroom comes, let's do the rest of the plate. So we have our mirror of sauce. Do a mirror of sauce, then we have, wow. Then we have some nice sprouts or microgreens. Do you get microgreens in college? Huh? Which microgreens do you use? Sorry? Bean mung? What about radish? What about radish microgreens? No? So we've created a little garland around our sauce. Mushroom should be coming any minute now. So we'll wait for that. Come on, I don't have to. Is that the mushroom? Oh man. How much time left, timekeeper? 3 minutes left. Is he going to come now? How fast is he? Where? Yeah, please. Where are they? Hope everybody's got. So there's going to be some pecan chili, honey chili pecans coming along with the QR code. Huh? So one pecan QR code, 49 rupees. Okay. So keep your phones ready, guys. So we have a little bit of chili oil and then we do a little bit of herb oil.
I spoke to the oven, 3 minutes are left.
Where is, no, bring it up.
I'll bring it up?
Bring it up. Bring it up, don't worry. And we're going to add some edible flowers to this. How often do you go to the bazaar, anyone, students? How often do you go? How do you get 2 times a day? How do you get so much time? I'm not saying passing by. Bazaar dekh liya. That way I do it 10 times a day. How often do you visit the bazaar? Once a week. That's pretty good. What about this lot here? Pachi, to see market jana hai nahi jana? हाँ? जाते हो मार्केट? कौन सी मार्केट? स्टॉक मार्केट? फिर? गारिया हाट? You been there? Have you been there ever? Guys, if you all haven't been there, for me, going to a market in Kolkata is to study the kind of vegetables, the kind of leaves, you know, and even the little shops inside the market which sell the bodi and all that. It's amazing, guys. You guys are already in a very historical place, Kolkata. And as students, guys, please take as much as advantage of it, okay? School mein, you learn only that much, jitna curriculum padhata hai. The real study comes from yourself. So we are adding a little garnish of edible flowers here. We also have a little bit of pickled onions, okay? You know sirka onion? किसके साथ खाते हैं सिरका अनियन? हाँ? ओल्ड मॉन्क के साथ पक्का. और उसके बीच में क्या होता है? ओल्ड मॉन्क और प्याज के बीच में सम टिक्का होते हैं, कबाब होते हैं. किधर अच्छे मशरूम. थैंक यू सुशांत.
Maybe 2 minutes is coming.
It's 12 o'clock. The mushroom. Okay, guys, presenting you pecan korma with microgreens. Here you go, guys. Sub portobello mushroom ready. You want to see really good recipes? Follow Viky Ratnani on YouTube, Viky the Chef on Instagram, and walk and enjoy the journey of life of food. Until then, take care, be good, focus, and focus. Thank you very much. Thank you.